by attacking at that level of the government, it's a declaration of war by the United States. I think the Iranians are going to take it very seriously. They are very serious about not submitting to the United States, but they also don't want to fight on US terms. They want to fight in a way where we might not know it's the Iranians, we won't be expecting the target, and by the time we figure it all out, the urgency will have passed. Over the longer term, I think you're going to see the Iranians looking for subtle ways to remind people that they can just turn up the dial, just turn up the temperature a little bit, turn it up, impose costs, without a way that really gives people a reason to attack Iran. Don't forget, the 9/11 attacks cost just a few $100,000 and imposed trillions of dollars of costs on the United States. The Iranians will find cheap ways to make life very expensive for everybody else because they say if we're suffering economically from US sanctions and the withdrawal from the JCPOA, we will not suffer alone. The president made clear he wanted to get out of the Middle East. But the president's taken action that has gotten the US more deeply involved in the Middle East and will keep the US more deeply involved in the Middle East, not because there'll be something to actually strike, but because the US will be there trying to deter, trying to reassure allies, trying to do all kinds of things, which are precisely the kinds of operations that the military's been trying to get out of for a decade.
So the significance of these two individuals being killed, this is a total decapitation of very, very strong IRGC Quds Force assets that were in use in the Middle East for decades now. They are really the ones who are building the profile of what a new kind of Islamist empire that the Iranians are trying to craft in the region. But these were the people who executed that mission, those missions for the Iranians. But I think what happened recently, where there was a U.S. contractor who was killed, that was a red line for the administration. And we did respond to Kataib Hezbollah by killing 25 of their members in a bombing. But if you look at this, Kataib Hezbollah is just one node in many different nodes that are all generally interlinked. It's a large problem with this is a lot of them are amorphous networks that often are interlinked, but they're all run from the top by, interestingly enough, those two individuals. And if you're looking at taking out an organization, you want to go after their command structure and you want to decapitate it in order to stop further attacks from happening.